we have how we can add a prefix in all persons: person third, person second, and person first. Now prefix in third person, as I told that, yeah, you have to add it here, prefix to the base. This is my third person. For the three cases for the masculine and three cases for feminine. Now this in each of this one is for the singular, dual, and then plural. Here is the singular, dual, and plural for the third person feminine, and here the base is the same fa'ala for all the six cases. For the ghaib, this all these possibilities of the ghaib in Arabic language. This is for the ghaib. Ghaib means a third person, and that you have to add ya as a prefix in wahad, singular masculine third person, and the same ya is for all these three cases. And the remaining last one ya, as I told that ya is we have to add as a prefix in four places. Now as you can see, these four places of adding ya as the prefix. Now let's have a look. Here also the same, the for the singular feminine third person, and the is for the dual feminine third person you have to add. Now I will show you how we can do this, and this is all about the prefix that we have discussed. Now about suffix. In suffix you have to add noon irabi in four places. In all dual masculine or feminine, we have to add alif noon, that is noon irabi. For the dual, all dual four cases, alif noon, and there is noon irabi. And then as I told that third person masculine plural, that is wow noon, that you have to add it here. And then out of 7, 6 places are completed. Only one place is left, that is wahad muannas hazir. Wahad muannas hazir means second person feminine singular active voice, that is it's become yaf'alu, then it's become yaf'alani, it's become yaf'aluna, then it's become taf'alu, and now it's become taf'alani, and this become yaf'alna. Now and moreover the last alphabet should be the zamma, that is pesh, that is yaf'alu, yaf'alani, yaf'aluna. This we are not adding pesh because we have already added noon irabi, so in which we are not adding any noon irabi or any extra noon as a suffix. In those sighas we have to keep as zamma, that is pesh, at the end of the letter. Now yaf'alu means he does. Yaf'alu means he does, and yaf'alani, they do. Similarly, yaf'aluna, they do, and taf'alu, she does, and last two means same, they do and they do. This are about the meaning in English language in third person, like prefix and language, that as you have got the complete concept, you have to add the here, the 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 in all second persons, whether it is gender, maybe masculine or feminine, the you have to add as a prefix. And here also alif noon and alif noon. This four noon alif, this four noon we have to add, because we have to add all together 7 places, total 7 places we have to add noon. In out of 4 we have completed 4 places. Now let's have a look what are the remaining 3 places in which we have to add a noon. And this is about 4 places. Now the remaining 3 are is for the third person masculine plural and second person masculine plural. That I will show you. Second person masculine plural, that we have to add waw noon. Here this is the noon Arabi. This is the second person feminine singular, that here you have to add another noon. So by this you have completed all the suffix and prefix, letting prefix and suffix in second person. Now here we go, that is taf'alu, taf'alu, taf'alani, taf'aluna, taf'aluna. Now it is taf'alina, taf'alina, then again taf'alani, taf'alani, and then it's become taf'alna, the last one, taf'alna, taf'alna. Now this is all about the first person, second person. In third person, now let's have a look on the meaning in second person. That is taf'alu. Taf'alu means you do, you do, and taf'alani, you do, same. Taf'aluna, same, you do, you do, you do, for all the cases. That is for the flexibility in Arabic language, as I already told you. If you are having you do, if you want to translate in Arabic, so it will give you 4 options, which one you want to prefer. It is singular, dual, plural, that's to masculine, feminine. And that is what a very wide range of Arabic grammar that exists in Arabic language. Now that you have seen all meaning and in English of second person, and that we have to add as a prefix here in mutakallim. Alif is for the wahid mutakallim and noon is for the jama mutakallim as a prefix. Now only one is left, that is the ta. The all remaining mutakallim, what's happened if you add only a prefix to the mutakallim, it's look like this one, af'alu, and then it is naf'alu, af'alu and naf'alu. As I told that it is a pesh at the end of the letter in mahall i'rab, because we don't have any kind of a suffix here, that's why we are putting a pesh at the mahall i'rab. Now what is the meaning of kalim? Here let's we look. Af'alu means I do, and naf'alu, we do. That is for both masculine and feminine, for both it is we do, that is naf'alu, and af'alu means I do, naf'alu means we do. So this is what complete all 4 persons we have discussed for the fail muzara. And remember that this muzara is for the in English we have a present tense and future tense, but muzara is equivalent to the present as well as a future tense. So the meaning of this af'alu is I do or I will do. will we have to add, means both for both the cases af'alu is applicable. Similarly, naf'alu means we do or we will do, in Arabic. So this is what an advantage of Arabic language, that so there is no future tense. If you want to mention future, that you have to add sa or sofa at the beginning of the letter in order to make it completely in future. We are talking about, if you are talking about the future means, for example, sa'afalu. Sa'afalu means just soon I'm going to do. So I will do. Yeah, I do. So this is the meaning of adding this sa and sofa at the beginning of that fi'l muzara, that shows completely in future tense. Or else if you are presenting just muzara or an active voice, that may be present, or it considered as a future as well. Hope you got the complete concept of fi'l muzara. We will stop here. Thank you for watching it.